Welcome guys, Uriel Kane here, another great episode from Ask Yuri. Thank you once again for all your questions. I really appreciate them, I love reading them, and I'm going to do my best to answer all of them. And today we're talking about what to drink after a workout, post-workout shakes and smoothies. I've got a question from Nicolas in Quebec who asks, hey Yuri, I'm writing you about post-workout shakes and smoothies. I've been using the smoothie you've shown on one of your videos, which includes banana, peanut butter, etc. and I love it. But I'm looking for new ones without supplements, and when I search on the internet, the only things that I find are shakes full of supplements, and I don't have any, and I don't want to use any. Do you have any suggestions that would help me? I'm not looking to lose fat or weight. Okay, so doesn't want to use supplements, doesn't have supplements, and all you can find are shakes and smoothies that incorporate supplements. And I agree, there's a lot of stuff out there that incorporates some whole foods, and then boom, let's throw in some protein powder, let's throw in this, let's throw in that. I don't think that's necessary. What I want to share with you today is this. If you can, this is Amy's Winnie the Pooh jar. This is where we kind of store some of our juices, and this is a green juice that I just made this morning. This is about, what is this, so like 1.5 liters probably in here, and this, I'll pretty much drink this throughout the day. And the reason I want to share this with you is that it's actually a really good post-workout type of juice option if you want. Now, I'm more of a fan of the smoothies because the smoothies incorporate obviously the fiber and you get a slower release of sugar. But after a workout is really the only time where you want a quicker release of sugar into your body, because that's when your muscles are more receptive to taking it up. So a juice in that case could be a good option. It's not the only option. I still drink smoothies the majority of the time. But green juice, a lot of people don't think of this. Greens, as I've mentioned many times before, have more amino acids, more protein per serving than animal protein. Why is that important? Well, what that means is that you actually get more bang for your buck. The trick is getting enough of those greens in to be able to meet that requirement, right? I mean, I'm sure you'd agree that 2 pounds of spinach is a lot more spinach than 2 pounds of steak, right? Obviously, when you eat meats, you're cooking the protein, which makes it all, weird. It kind of changes the molecular structure, which makes that protein even tougher for your body to recognize. And that's why smoothies and whole foods and plant-based sources in their raw state are a lot better. So in this green juice, what I've put in, parsley, kale, celery, cucumber, carrots, apple, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of ginger. Not only is this a really good source of a lot of great nutrients, but it's also a really good source of protein. Parsley is actually a pretty good source of protein, very, very high source of iron. Kale, I'm putting a whole head of kale in this. So it takes a bit of time. It took me about 20 minutes to make the juice, but this is something I'm going to be drinking all day. So that's a good option, right? Green juices are great, and green smoothies, right? If you want to throw in, a lot of times after a workout, I'll throw in, for instance, I'll just make a smoothie with kale, spinach, maybe some spirulina that we talked about before, a banana, an apple, a squeeze of lime juice. You want to get a good source of carbohydrates and simple to digest proteins. You don't necessarily have to go with supplements, and as Nicolas has mentioned, he doesn't want to. So great alternatives, as I've mentioned in a previous video. Spirulina, it's a whole food, it's an algae, it's a very, very high source of a lot of minerals that we don't get in our diet, and a very, very, very high source of protein. Hemp seeds is another one of my favorites. We've shown that in a previous video as well. And those are really simple things to add into any smoothie you have, and between the two of them you add 2 to 3 tablespoons and already you're looking at about 1/3 of your daily protein intake. So pretty powerful stuff. And then I think if you get a lot of greens in, not only are you going to better your health, but you're going to get a lot of protein in. And so I want you to think about, I used to be more about like the peanut butters and the almond butters and the thicker, gooey, sweet stuff, but now my body doesn't want that as much. So I'm more into the greens, get a lot of greens in, trying to do as much as I can with the greens. If you think about the biggest, strongest animals in the world, the rhinoceros, the hippopotamus, what else? elephants, giraffes, these are all gorillas, right? These are all plant eaters. These are all animals that spend their day chewing on leaves. And obviously, you know, we don't spend 18 hours a day sitting in the forest eating leaves, but the principle still applies, right? Greens are a very high source of overall nutrition and good sources of protein. So think about greens, get lots of greens in, and after your workouts, think about simple sugars from whole foods, right? So fresh pressed juices, fruit, right? Bananas, apples, oranges, really, really good stuff, grapes. And then think about combining that with a healthy whole food source of protein, you know, within about 30 to 45 minutes after your workout, okay? So here's what I usually recommend. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Do your workout. When you're finished your workout, get a simple source of sugar in. Normally, I'll just, I'll walk out with a banana or an apple or an orange or some grapes, get some simple sugars back in. When I get home, I'll make a smoothie or a juice. Boom, get that back in. It's got some good carbs and some good protein. And then that's the way I usually go about it. So give that a shot. You don't need supplements, believe me, you don't need them, and you'll be just fine. So Nicolas, hopefully that's answered your question. And for everyone else watching, hopefully that's answered yours as well. I'm Yuri Elkaim, thanks for watching, and stay tuned to the next video where we're going to be talking about losing too much weight.